Welcome to Dr. Ron Butcher Field, home of the Keene State Owls. We've got a Little East Conference match here today as the Owls are set to host Southern Maine. I'm Tom Rogers, and I'll be calling today's action. Kickoff is at 1 p.m. Keene State comes into this after a 2-1 victory over LEC rival Plymouth State. Before letting up the lone goal to Plymouth Wednesday, the sophomore Owl goalkeepers Sonia Moritz and Riley Andruski had combined for 4 straight shutouts. Moritz now has 4 shutouts on the season. The Southern Maine Huskies enter this one without a loss on the season and atop the LEC standings. Also atop the LEC standings is the Southern Maine senior Brianna Atwood with a conference-leading 67 saves and 8 shutouts. The Huskies don't have a shortage of offense either, as they roster 3 of the LEC's top 5 goal scorers, including Catriona Gold, who has netted 10 on the season. While Southern Maine has yet to lose a game, the Owls haven't dropped any games in conference play. Will the Huskies hand the Owls their first LEC loss, or can the Owls spoil the Huskies' undefeated season? Stay tuned as we get ready for this LEC showdown.
On the campus of Keene State College for today's NCAA Division III and Little East Conference women's soccer game, featuring the Huskies of the University of Southern Maine and your Owls of Keene State College. Now let's meet the starting lineups. First, for the Huskies of Southern Maine, a senior goalkeeper from Franklin, Massachusetts, number 00, Brianna Atwood. A sophomore midfielder from Pembroke, New Hampshire, number 2, Sierra Hill. A sophomore forward from Palermo, Maine, number 3, Riley Rachel. A senior midfielder from Hollis, Maine, number 5, Madison Johnson. A junior midfielder from Windham, Maine, number 6, Julia McKenna. A senior defender from Portland, Maine, number 8, Mia Sargent. A senior forward from Camden, Maine, number 9, Eliza Roy. A senior defender from Portland, Maine, number 15, Kaya Gatchell. A senior defender from Oakland, Maine, number 16, Sarah Lowell. A junior defender from Kittery Point, Maine, number 19, Kiki Huntress. A senior forward from Freepoint, Maine, number 21, Catriona Gould. The Huskies are coached by Seth Benjamin in his 5th season. The associate head coach is Brendan Michael. The assistant coaches are PJ Singh, Gabby Panagakos, and Martin King. And now, the starting lineup for your Owls of Keene State College. A sophomore goalkeeper from Silver Spring, Maryland, number 00, Sonia Moritz. A freshman midfielder from Quaker Hill, Connecticut, number 4, Bryn Dickinson. A freshman defender from Washington Township, New Jersey, number 6, Claire Halligan. A sophomore midfielder from Salem, New Hampshire, number 8, Riley Devine. A senior defender from Comstown, New Hampshire, number 9, Alexa Skinner. A senior defender from Andover, Massachusetts, number 10, Rachel Souza. A sophomore defender from Newington, Connecticut, number 11, Juliana Stolpe. A junior defender from Ringwood, New Jersey, number 12, Katie Mullen. A freshman midfielder from Sunapee, New Hampshire, number 14, Elizabeth Shuden. And a senior midfielder from Nashua, New Hampshire, number 16, Ellie Capico. A sophomore defender from Londonderry, New Hampshire, number 28, Emily Ullman. The Owls are coached by Sarah Testo in her 3rd season. She is assisted by Ike McMillan, Jared Clements, and Stephanie Keating. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we'd ask you to please rise and remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem.
All right, pay attention. Welcome to Fandom 101. We'll cover the tools of the trade from foam fingers in the wave to the super secret wave. How's that for a course description? Lesson 1, your game starts long before the opening whistle, so arrive prepared. 2, if something piques your interest, raise your hand. And 3, work in groups. NCAA championships, attendance is encouraged, passion is mandatory. Get your seats today at ncaa.com/tickets. Class dismissed.
Alright, we are at Dr. Ron Butcher Field where we are preparing for an LEC showdown between the Huskies and Owls. A couple of solid goalkeepers here today, including the Owls sophomore Sonia Moritz, who has had 4 shutouts this season, combined with fellow goalkeeper Riley Andriski. They have had, up until this last game against Plymouth Wednesday, they had 4 straight shutouts. Keene presents a stifling defense and a solid offense. Huskies very similar. Should be interesting to see how this one plays out today. As it looks like we are just seconds away now from the kickoff. The Keene team just hyping themselves up a little bit here last second.
I almost got tricked by their goalie, but I memorized that their goalie was wearing red for some odd reason.
Yes, it's not really an odd.
Hello, this is good.
As we start things here at Dr. Ron Butcher Field, a quick boot from Skinner puts it into the Huskies territory, where it's quickly sent the other way by the Huskies as they now march down Owls territory. Good through ball back at the center for the Huskies before Rachel Souza disrupts a pass. Now the Owls fighting to get the ball out of their territory. Eliza Roy now challenged by Souza, Devine. Down the far left sideline is Gould, leading goal scorer for the Huskies and one of the leading goal scorers in the LEC as a whole. It's exactly who the Owls want to avoid letting Southern Maine get the ball to. Souza with a quick clearance attempt that goes out of play. Throw in here for Southern Maine. Successfully gets it over to Roy. Roy was successfully challenged there by the freshman Bryn Dickinson. And now they'll let Stolfi throw it in. And some good ball movement here from the Huskies as a through ball has a bit too much power on it, sails past the intended Husky. Will be a goal kick for Moritz. Allman gets it to Devine. Devine gets it to Shooten, and after a few back and forths, the Huskies are there to spoil the Owls' gameplay, but the Owls rebound as now Capico has it around midfield. A through ball is intercepted. Dickinson recovers it. Now Dickinson back to Capico. Capico does get a hold of it, but it's broken up by the Southern Maine defender. So this will be Stolfi's corner kick. She's known for putting balls in play just where her teammates need them to capitalize on the passes. Let's see what she does this time. Sends it in. Perfect location. Capico misses a header that was picked up by Allman briefly, and after another attempt, sails wide left. Another one of these feeling out processes early in the game for the Keene State Owls at home, where they've been very successful all season. As I mentioned in our pregame earlier, the Owls have yet to drop a game in the LEC. They've had a couple ties, but as Allman rushes in towards center field here, no problem for Atwood there, picks up a bouncer. Time to reset for her team. And Atwood sends that one all the way across to the other side of the field where it's picked up. And then after a little bit of a trip up there, it's going to be a free kick for the Huskies. And the Huskies send the free kick in. Bleeps over a couple of defenders. And Moritz wisely comes out of goal quickly and picks up that one. Mertz drop kicks this one, set her team up. Shooting tries to head it, but it gets over her. And then after a few redirections, Shooting does get a hold of it. She's looking for a through ball to Bryn Dickinson, who has a lot of speed. Dickinson fights for it. She gets a hold of it, and it's going to go out. That's going to be a goal kick for Atwood. Both of these squads have some really solid goalkeepers between Atwood and Moritz. And a redirection very closely in front of the goal, nearly picked off there by Riley Devine, a dangerous goal scorer of Keene State's, but works out ultimately for the Huskies as a couple of great passes have been completed now. Roy works it in. Roy's pass goes wide and Souza picks it up. Souza redirects things to center field where it will stay in play, and then it travels out. It's going to be another free kick, or excuse me, throw in for the Huskies. Here comes Gatchel. Gatchel back to Huntress. Ultimately leads to nothing. Moritz comes in and picks up the hopper there. It's great defensive effort there from Kathleen Mullen. I try to. Sent in here. Here comes an attempt wide right of the goal. Moritz doesn't have to react too much to that one. And here comes a clearance attempt from Moritz after the play, or the shot went out of play. Allman tries to head it, but it's broken up. Luckily, Skinner's there to send things back into the Huskies side of the field. Devine gets shoved to the ground. It's going to be a free kick for the Owls. They'll let Skinner handle this one. Skinner always able to read the field really well as a defender. Figure out where her teammates are that she needs to get the ball to as she sends one in this time between Capico and Dickinson. It bounced off Capico and rolled right into the arms of Atwood. Atwood was able to stop that easily as she sends one up to her teammate now, and charging down the field are the Huskies. Stolfi challenging though. Stolfi a tough defender to break as there's a trip up there. And after some contact, it's going to be a free kick, it looks like, for the Huskies. And they're going to let that one go to Julia McKenna. So McKenna with the free kick just puts a nice little pass on to Roy. Roy works it down in the corner. Back to McKenna, where Mullen challenges unsuccessfully. Dickinson with a good job of settling things down. Some momentum was getting built there by the Huskies. And this will head the other way for the Owls, as we're coming up on just about 10 minutes of play here. Right at center field here is where Keene State can present a lot of their grittiness with players like Stolfi and Capico. They do a good job of dominating possession, creating turnovers. As rushing in here, Atwood wisely comes out of the crease and sends it the other way. Shooting was challenging there, had a lot of momentum. Nearly got off a very good shot look. Souza gets her ankles broken that time as a good through pass from the Huskies leads to two straight passes where they find Rachel. Rachel sends it in. Great job to deflect that pass. Sent in again, but this is wide of the goal. Moritz doesn't even have to make an attempt that time after a sketchy moment there for the Owls. And here comes the corner kick attempt from the Huskies. Headed by a Keene State player, it looks like, actually. Right into the hands of Moritz. Defense coming up clutch there for the impressive goalkeeper of Keene. Makes things very hard on any opposing team when you have a great goalkeeper and a stifling defense like this, as Allman battles up center field, makes it past the defender. I guess they're going to call that one on McKenna, as we're going to have Skinner set up the free kick this time. We brought it up not too long ago. Skinner with free kicks, able to find her teammates where they need to be to set up shots on goal and possibly a goal. Atwood rushes out on this one, gets there, throws it back. Rachel tries to redirect things, stays in play, but the Owls force that turnover and keep it in the Huskies' territory, as now the Huskies are trying to regroup here. Finally, a shot the other way, headed by Skinner to Allman. Allman now getting pressured, but the Owls with a great time of possession here on the Huskies side of the field. And now Devine works one the other way. Finally, the Huskies send it back to the Owls side, where Souza is forced to kick it out of play. Quite a bit of momentum was getting built there by the Owls. You could feel the Huskies didn't like that pressure. Finally find themselves in Keene's territory. This is going to be Gatchell down in the corner here. And Keene will take this, throw in, it'll be Skinner. Great defensive read there by Hill of the Huskies, able to force it out of play. Lowell works it over, intercepted though by Allman. Allman with some good footwork keeps it in play, and then up the field she's looking for Devine. Little physical play, but Devine works it past the defender. Devine to shoot in, and Devine have something going. Shoot in, puts one in, and it's wide right. That was some great ball movement by the Owls. They took it up the field with some good back and forth between Allman and Devine, and the shot goes wide right, unfortunately. Atwood, who's a great goalkeeper, doesn't really have to make too much of an attempt there, just follows the ball as it goes out of play. Atwood sends it back to center field, where Stolfe is able to redirect things. And now Souza's clear attempt gets blocked by McKenna. McKenna now charging in on her own as a couple of Owls come in and swarm her. Great work there from the Owls, shutting down any sort of opportunities that the Huskies are building. Moritz, who's a great goalkeeper, has to be very happy with the way her defense performs, especially at home in these tight LEC contests where they have yet to drop a game. And McKenna lines up from the corner, sends one in, headed the other way, and after a great redirect there from Gatchell, she ends up sending it wide right. Moritz was nowhere in sight of that ball. Luckily for her, Gatchell's attempt off the corner kick pass, unsuccessful. So Moritz sets up a goal kick. Shootin finds herself alone at midfield with a through pass that got just a little too much power behind it as Atwood runs into it, comes out of the crease. drop kicks it back to center field. Now here's a bit of a jockey position. Halligan sends it in. And the Huskies just send it back to Atwood, who can make another clear attempt. And that will be a free kick for Keene. Alexis Skinner. Excuse me, it's a free kick for the Huskies. I apologize. Gatchel's down the right sideline of the Owls territory, makes it past a couple defenders. That's going to go out of play in the far right corner. Keene will get a throw in here. So the free kick comes right along the Keene sideline as it flies into the defender of Southern Maine, and now it's Southern Maine on the attack as they have a couple of passes until it's interrupted that time. Great job by Mullen. Now Southern Maine rushes in. A double team that time between Halligan and Skinner shuts down the attacker. Now here comes Gatchel. Allman rushes up on Gatchel, but Gatchel gets the pass off. Thankfully, Rachel Souza's there to interrupt that pass and sends it out of play. Moritz sets up her goal kick here. Gets about a third of the way down the Owls side of the field, still in their territory, getting pressured. Shooting does a great job breaking away from the defenders, and now she's getting swarmed again, and another great job of avoiding. Now Capico works it down right to Devine. Devine in a one-on-one puts it into Atwood, but with a slow rolling shot. And it's going to be, they call it offsides right before it, but things were building there for the Owls. And once again, Devine does a great job of putting the pressure on Atwood before her defenders back her up and send it the other way, as now Skinner has to challenge the Southern Maine attacker, but Moritz ultimately comes out of the crease and picks up the shot. Free kick for the Owls goes in, right down the sideline where it's headed away. Reichel works it over to McKenna. McKenna works it down the sideline. She's looking for Gould. Gould is the leading goal scorer of this team and in the LAC, so dangerous attacker here. Mullen and Stolfi doing a great team effort there to get the ball away from Gould, but Gould finally recovers, and I think it was a pass attempt that missed a couple of defenders, and it rolls right into Sonia Moritz. So now it's still 0-0 here as we've played just about 20 minutes, just under 20 minutes now in this first half. Up the far right sideline of the Huskies territory is Bryn Dickinson, who breaks past the defender. She has great speed. She's still working it. Finally gets shut down. But you could tell the Huskies did not like the speed, and they sent it the other way. And Souza using her body to keep things in possession for the Owls. Now works into Shootin. Shootin puts one in, and it goes far to the left, unfortunately. Atwood did have to come out that time and make a bit of an attempt, but she didn't even look like she got her hand on that one. Now here comes Rachel. Rachel works it up to Roy. Roy puts in an attempt to McKenna. McKenna gets challenged. Now pulling double duty on defense is Halligan. Impressive work there by Halligan. She picks up the pass attempt to McKenna and then has to deflect McKenna's pass out of play. So now it's going to be a free kick for Alexa Skinner of the Owls. Skinner sends it in, makes it to the Huskies side of the field where it's redirected and picked up by Rachel. Rachel gets it over to Roy. And a great job there to redirect the shot attempt was Rachel Souza. And now it's a rush down the Huskies sideline as Shootin is challenging a one-on-one. Can she break free? Allman tries to come and recover her. Still a fight for possession there as the Huskies finally someone into the Owls side of the field. Moritz rushes out of goal to shut down any sort of momentum that they could have built that time. Great awareness by the goalkeeper of Keene State. Now Halligan is around midfield, sends it over, looking for the speedy Dickinson. Dickinson down the sideline, another one of these one-on-one attempts, and after a slide tackle, sends it out of play. Dickinson will get the throw-in for Keene. And we do have two substitutions for Keene. We have 27, Emily O'Connell. And we also have for the University of Southern Maine, number 17, Erin Costaganway. Alright, and a little bit of a battle at the midfield, something we've seen a few times this season from the Owls as Southern Maine breaks away now. She puts a shot in, just a bit too much power as it travels over the right post. Moritz doesn't have to make an attempt there. And we have another substitution for the Huskies. We've got number 10, Ali Velu coming in. Allman tries to get it over to Shootin. Now sent back in from Hill. Hill's shot stays in play, but Skinner was able to pick it up as Allman down the sideline herself keeps it before it travels out. They're going to have and Shootin with a great job of sending it the other way as Devine picks it up. And here comes Rachel. Shootin tries to put a bit of a slide tackle on her there. Gets juked out as Rachel puts a pass down in the left corner. Here's Gould with it. Gould, a threat to score always, gets challenged by Stolfi. Works it past Stolfi and Moritz has to dive for that one, or slide for that one. And lucky for Keene State that just goes out of the goal. Devine now trying to regroup her team after a scary shot attempt there. And the Huskies elect to just send it back to their goalie, who puts a quick pass over to her forward. Allman, great interception that time. She read the pass perfectly. O'Connell now works it in. She's looking for Devine. And Devine rushing on the defender. And wisely, very wisely that time, it was Ali Velio using her body to interrupt Devine from getting any sort of shot off as Gatchell redirects it now. But Mullen keeps it on the Husky side of the field. Dickinson, who showed some speed down that sideline, breaks past another defender. She was briefly on her own. She puts a great pass into Devine. Devine was looking for Halligan, but there's Dickinson to pick up the pass that was interrupted by the Huskies. Finally, it's called a penalty against the Owls as a free kick will be elected. Huskies work it into the Owls side of the field. Rushing in is Moritz out of the crease. Stopped Julia McKenna from getting any sort of attempt off that time. Clears it for her team. Gets it over to Allman. Allman heads it to center field. Picked up by O'Connell. Now shooting with it. Gets challenged, but great redirection there. Some great ball movement. And Gatchell sends it back to center field where it's interrupted by Skinner. And it's like a ping pong match here. Shooting now with a through ball attempt to Dickinson, gets intercepted. Now the Huskies are charging themselves. Here comes Gould. Gould with a great pass there. Sets up Gatchell. Sorry, that's Sabatino. Allman heads it away, but the Huskies maintain possession in the Owls side of the field. And a through ball there is successfully placed in, and wow, after the shot attempt that time by Sabatino, Moritz is there to pick it up, center of the goal. As the ball bounces over center field into the Huskies side to battle for possession. Keene does a great job at disrupting pass attempts at this side of the field, or at this part of the field. The Huskies just send it back to Atwood so she can set something up for one of her other forwards. Velio tries to get it in, but Sousa's there to interrupt that one. Now shooting back to Sousa, to Allman. Another one of these back and forths that we're known to see at midfield from this gritty Keene State team. Now charging in is McKenna. McKenna does put one in and it goes wide right. Stays in play for the moment. Moritz lets it stay. She's going to pick this one up and elect to find one of her forwards or defenders. Moritz took her time on that one to figure out where she wants to. And that'll be a throw-in for the Owls, as we do have a variety of substitutions, including Kendall Healy, Jocelyn Tyler, and Katie Hattie. And for the Huskies, Erin Castagamwai and Bridget Toland come in. Tyler, fresh off the bench, putting the offensive pressure on to the Huskies. We're under 15 to go in this first half in a 0-0 game. So far it's the Owls who've had to have 2 saves, whereas we've yet to generate a shot on goal. But some solid offensive pressure from Jocelyn Tyler coming in off the bench could change that. Between the gritty defense the Owls present and the speedy offense, it's a very hard dynamic to tame, but the Huskies have held their own so far today on the away game. Another throw in this time. They're going to give it to Dickinson. Dickinson finds Tyler deep in the corner. Along those goal lines, the ball travels, stays in play. The Huskies now force that turnover and get the throw in themselves. Great job by Dickinson there to intercept it on the far sideline. Works it into Tyler. Tyler puts in a ball over to Hattie, but keeps it in play. Is Hattie. Impressive job there. Shooting now in a one-on-one. She's won some battles today with her ankles, so Dickinson puts one in. Far left. Atwood has to just jog out that time and let it sail out of play. That felt like one of the most serious threats that the Owls have put up so far today. Now here comes Skinner. Skinner, one of Keene's best goal scorers and defenders. Great two-way player. Keeps things on the Owl side of the field. Stolfi there to pick up for her. So is Healy. A couple of great passes here between the Owls. And breaking free the defenders. Shooting. Has some space in a one-on-one. Puts it in from the center of the field, and it goes far right. It was a great place to put a shot in, as the defender was a couple feet away from shooting, but ultimately the execution just leaving a lot to be desired that time.
Stop.
Atwood with just a quick, simple pass to her defender. Picking it up is Rachel. Rachel almost was able to work her way up to her own pass, as she now is putting one in. McKenna picks it up after a great slide tackle attempt from Stolfi, and McKenna's attempt also over the goal. Both teams showing a lot of great offensive prowess, but just the execution not there. And coming in for the Owls, we now have Isabella Moran and Christina Sanders. Just over 10 to go here as Moritz sets up the goal kick. And now, in the Owls side of the field, trying to get it back, is Sanders. Sanders forces it out of play. Kastanganwai puts one in. Now the Huskies with a wow, quite a shot attempt there from the Huskies. If that was a little further to the left, Moritz would have had to put up quite the save attempt there, as that was a laser of a shot. And great attempt there from the Huskies. They've been building some serious pressure over these last couple minutes in the Owls' territory. They continue to work through balls to each other. Finally, Skinner's there to intercept one for Keene State and send it to the other side of the field. And another redirect here from the Huskies. It's tough to shut them down. But Healy works one in. She was looking for Tyler. Tyler with the speed, but doesn't get to her, unfortunately. And here's one of these battles at the midfield that we see so often from Keene. And that one will be off. Villio. Skinner gets a throw in. Skinner tries to find Tyler that time as well. Skinner finds Hattie. Great job by Stolfi to head it and keep it on the Huskies side of the field. And now a great redirection has the ball sailing into the goal zone of Keene State until it's redirected out of play wisely by the Owls. And here's a substitution for Southern Maine. We've got number 11, Brittany Hill, coming on. And that was for Sarah Lowell. Still a 0-0 game here. Skinner lines it up, sends one right to just before center field. Healy gets beat by the attacker of the Huskies. And great work between Bermudez. She was able to work it right in front of the face of Moritz there, but a Keene defender got their foot on it, sent it out of play. Now challenging is Villio until Mullen able to send it to half field. Stolfi with a great challenge there, gets a slide tackle to work, and she gets it up to Tyler. Tyler beats one defender, now she's getting challenged by another. But picked up his... O'Connell picked up the turnover. Hattie works it back to O'Connell. And then sent back in. Couple of great opportunities there for the Owls, come up short as they're unable to get off the execution that they were looking for. This will be Gatz on the sideline with the throw-in. Just sends it back in their own territory to regroup. Gatz with it. Gatz beats out Hattie that time. Great juke move. And a solid job by Sanders there to turn the ball over. Forces it down the right sideline. She was looking for Tyler. Since Tyler subbed in, a lot of her teammates have been looking to find her in breakouts. She does present the speed to get away as Skinner rushes up. Skinner challenging Huntress that time. Now here comes Hattie. Now here comes Tyler. As we had just mentioned, her teammates have been continuously trying to find her in these breakout attempts. If you find her in one-on-one type situations, she has the speed to break away and get great shots on goal. And this time, Keene will let Moritz rush out a goal, stretch her legs a little, and regroup for the Keene State Owls. We remain 0-0 here in this LEC contest. Moritz's kick makes it to center field, where a great attempt from O'Connell was headed. She was looking for Tyler once again, and the Huskies shut things down. And now down the sideline again, the forward they're looking for is Tyler. Brianna Atwood, sensing the pressure, rushes out of the goal, kicks it the other way, but it will be Keene State with possession on the Huskies. Good awareness there from the Husky defenders to avoid letting that one get in. Storfy now sets one up by herself. It's another one of those attempts where they just put too much power behind it and it travels over the goalpost. Stolfi, a great defender, was in the right place at the right time offensively. But that sets up Atwood with a goal kick here. Great job by Kendall Healy to keep it on the Owls side here. And after Healy's redirect, it ended up into another Owl. Stolfi doing a good job to maintain possession where she's finally knocked down after getting challenged. And Stolfi's kick. Another great slide tackle that time by Stolfi. The pressure was mounting from the Huskies and shuts down that momentum. As a through ball does work in here. Skinner does her best to get in front of Maya Bermudez, and ultimately it will be Moritz coming out of the goal to stop it. We remain tied here in LEC play, as it's been quite a gritty matchup. A lot of back and forth on possession. And we've got just 1 minute remaining now as the Owls work it into the Huskies' goal crease, where it finally travels out of play, but the Owls do get the throw in. They're going to give it to Skinner. Skinner's going to try to set something up. She does a great job of reading the field offensively and defensively. Can she find one of her teammates in scoring position? Another throw in here. Skinner gets it intercepted in front of the goal by the Husky defender. Skinner doing her best to rush in for that, as they call it will be a free kick for the Huskies.
10, 9,
which they'll just give
8,
to Atwood to let
7,
the remaining seconds
6,
of the first half
5,
wind down
4,
here in a tie
3,
0-0
2,
contest in the LEC.
1. Your halftime score,
I'm Tom Rogers, and I'll be back on the Owls Media Network to call the second half of this LEC contest.
I pledge.
I am an NCAA student athlete.
And I pledge to be a champion of unity
on my team, on my campus, and in my community.
I pledge to embrace differences and strive for inclusion and collaboration.
I pledge to stand against racism, hate, and discrimination.
I pledge to strive for love, care, and forgiveness.
I pledge to stand against silence, deceit, and obscurity.
I pledge to strive for dialogue, truth, and understanding.
I pledge to stand against fear and doubt.
I pledge to strive for trust and belief in one another.
I pledge to stand against complacency and stagnancy.
I pledge to strive for change and growth.
I commit to supporting my fellow student athletes in all circumstances that impact them.
I commit to both choosing unity personally and encouraging it for all.
I pledge these things because we are stronger together.
United as one.
I worked in HVAC when I was in high school, and I really liked being on a job site. When Keene State came to my high school, the admissions counselor told me I could have a job on a job site and also make a difference on people's lives. He said being a safety engineer meant I could work with my hands, but also make sure that everybody was going to be home safely at the end of the day. The safety field is growing rapidly because companies are noticing that keeping their workers healthy means that they can keep their workers working. My plan is to graduate from Keene State so I can get back onto a job site as a safety engineer. It's great because there's jobs to choose from all over the United States, so I can basically go anywhere I want. Keene State is giving me the tools to make that happen.
Number 32, Kyle Hornsby. Inside the 30, touchdown. Michaela Burgess.
An incredible finish by Hall.
The NCAA and its member schools offer nearly 500,000 college athletes a path to go pro in something other than sports. Learn more at ncaa.org.
I'm blanking. I'm blanking too. Next question you want to do? Bro, where's Aiden?
Where's Aiden when we need him?
What are the other states, bro?
I haven't had to take a geography class in 4 years.
I didn't study this. I studied other stuff.
Hi, my name is Quinn Kimmel.
And I'm Ben Stafford.
And we're here to play What Do You Know? Phelps.
Spitz.
Lochte. Who from there? Murphy?
Murphy. Dude, I don't know.
Who was always good at the Olympics? Because, like, Michael Andrews in the back of my head, but he's awful at long course.
What, Jason Lezak?
No. Who's the fourth on that 4x1?
Well, I had Garrett Webergill, and then I also had Colin Jones. No.
I'm gonna fire Caleb Dressel.
Oh, that's a good one, yeah.
And I thought he was too young to be honest, but worth a try. Who else?
I'm blanking. Next question you want to do?
This is embarrassing.
Dude, I don't know. I was thinking Ryan Murphy too.
Yeah, because he's been the backstroker.
Yeah. You want to move on?
I think we should.
Yeah.
I think we'd be wasting time.
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't have gotten Biondi. Wouldn't have gotten him. We should have gotten Pearsall. Yeah, we should have gotten Pearsall.
Oh, Nathan!
How did we miss Nate Adrian?
I don't know, bro.
That's
He's been on all
crazy.
the-
Don't know.
We should have got Adrian.
Vaguely rings a bell. I think I remember Dave saying something about
Yeah.
him.
No, Adrian, bro. I don't know how we did that.
Hartford, Boston, Albany,
Concord.
Not Portland. Is it Portland?
Is it Bangor?
All right, let's go Juneau for Alaska because that one's in my head right now.
Tallahassee. Good. Atlanta, Georgia.
Dallas. Texas. Houston.
Austin. Sacramento. Wow. I'm gonna do for North Carolina, Raleigh.
Kansas City.
Topeka, Kansas. Madison, Wisconsin. I don't know. Chicago. No. Oh wait, what is
Indianapolis.
What's Illinois? Bro, where's Aiden?
Where's Aiden when we need him? Salt Lake City, Utah.
Nice.
Denver. Denver.
Baton Rouge for
Good.
Louisiana.
Go Tigers.
What's Kentucky? Louisville?
Fair guess. I'm trying to think.
Omaha,
of
Nebraska? What are we missing?
It's the capital, Wyoming.
Oh, I know Carson City, Nevada.
I have no idea what North Dakota, South Dakota is. Des Moines, Iowa.
It's Des Moines, but I'll give it.
Shout out Thomas.
Yeah, literally.
What else am I?
New Jersey.
Newark.
Newark. Jackson.
Little Rock, Arkansas. Montgomery, Alabama.
Bismarck. North Dakota. Bismarck. What about Washington, D.C., the capital of the U.S.?
Oh God, Honolulu for Hawaii. Phoenix for Arizona.
What is Maine, though?
It's not Alberta.
Oh, it might be Alberta. No? Oh. And it's not Bangor. Oh, Augusta, Maine.
Augusta,
that's what it is. Okay.
let's go. We are way
Hannah,
off.
Montana.
I don't know.
Michigan. Oh, Lansing, Michigan.
Lansing, yes.
Rhode Island. Oh my God. It's Providence. Rhode Island.
Columbus, Ohio.
Where's Tulsa? Is Tulsa one of them?
I haven't had to take a geography class in 4 years.
I didn't study this. I studied other stuff.
Yeah, I think that might call it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh! Boise.
Should have gotten Boise.
Springfield, Illinois.
Oh, Springfield. Okay.
Frankfort, Kentucky.
Wouldn't have gotten Frankfurt.
Annapolis, Maryland.
Oh, yeah.
St. Paul, Minnesota.
Wouldn't have gotten that.
Jackson, Mississippi.
Oh, Jackson for the wrong. I think
Yep.
Jackson, New Jersey.
Jefferson City, Missouri. Helena, Montana. Lincoln, Nebraska. Trenton, New Jersey.
We should have gotten that.
Santa Fe, New Mexico.
I had that in my head. I wasn't sure.
Oklahoma City.
Oh, duh.
Salem. Wouldn't have gotten Salem.
I knew
Should have.
that.
Yeah. Should have had that.
Columbia, South Carolina.
How did we not get Nashville?
I don't even know why I didn't say Memphis. I should have said Memphis. I didn't even know that.
Oh, I knew that.
Okay, might have knew that too.
Yep.
Charleston, West Virginia.
Yeah. I should have known Charleston because
Cheyenne.
Tyler was just in Charleston.
Yeah. Bristol. Yes!
Hartford. Give me Waterbury.
Oh.
Ridgefield.
Milford.
New Haven.
New Haven. Danbury?
Yes.
Is Southington on there?
No,
So
it wouldn't be. Meriden.
Yes. Meriden's good. New Britain?
Yes. Yes. That's 8.
It's all around us.
I'm thinking like Mystic. Worth a try. Big cities.
I'm just gonna like start naming some random ones off.
Fairfield?
Fairfield, that's 10. Let's go. 5 more.
Think of like big high schools. Think of states. Think of states.
Okay. All right, well on mine. Oh, so double L. We
Yeah.
had
We already said Greenwich. We already said
Cheshire?
Ridgefield.
That's what. Yeah.
Yeah.
You said Fairfield.
Yeah, Fairfield already.
Hall. Oh, sorry. West Hartford. Sorry.
West
I
Hartford.
thought I said Hall.
Hall and
It's
Connor.
one of the. West Hartford.
East Hartford? Worth a try.
What do we? Trumbull.
Trumbull is a fair guess.
Yeah.
Putnam?
Oh my gosh. What are we missing? What's in that?
Windsor.
South Windsor?
Wow, with Bradley there and everything too.
Willimantic? Stores is not on there, right? Okay.
Langford?
East Lyme? Old Lyme?
Manchester?
Oh, okay, good. That's good.
I had a buddy out there. Think of everyone on the team. Torrington? Give it a shot. Yeah. Yeah.
North Haven.
What else?
West Haven? You said New Haven.
Yeah.
There's so many havens.
What else? I'm trying to think of what I see on the highway.
Middletown? No? Oh my gosh. Berlin?
No,
Let's start naming them off.
Way too small.
Glastonbury? No.
Suffolk?
It starts with the South. Or no,
No.
Bloomfield. I just think where my friends. That's where my friends live. Avon. No.
Wow.
Bro. Canton.
That's a good guess. I don't know. I don't think I have anything else.
I got like another one. I'm trying to think. No.
Oh.
I know they're gonna say what I was thinking.
Number 6, population of 90,821, Norwalk.
Norwalk. Okay, I don't know if I would guess.
And at number 12, population of 61,060, Hamden.
Hamden.
We should have had Hamden. Because
I was
had
thinking Hampton, but I don't know why I didn't think.
that scar is from the Hamden diving board.
Oh. Quinnipiac.
Yeah, that makes sense too.
The road to national championships runs through NCAA.com. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want all in one place. With live broadcasts of multiple championships across all divisions, with exclusive access.
This is your ticket to the NCAA tournament.
And highlights for every single championship. Stay in the game all season long with NCAA.com, the home of college sports.
Welcome back to the Owls Media Network, brought to you by Bulldog Design. Let's look around the LEC scoreboard. Final at Amherst, number 7 Amherst, that is, 8-0 against Rhode Island College. Today at 2 p.m. we have Plymouth State at Eastern Connecticut. Then at 3 p.m. UMass Boston at Western Connecticut. And then finally at 4:30 p.m. UMass Dartmouth at Vermont State Castleton. This is a big matchup here today at Dr. Ron Butcher Field, though, as also in the LEC is Keene State versus Southern Maine here, where The top 3 teams are only separated by a single loss. Point, that is. Single point. We're about to resume action here in this tie game. Both teams showing some offensive flashes, but it's been a very solid game defensively from both squads. And kickoff begins here in the second half of this tie contest. Southern Maine with it. After a few good through balls, it leads to an interception from Kathleen Mullen. Huskies with a throw in here. Gets to one of the forwards. Dickinson with an aggressive challenge, unsuccessful as the Huskies maintain possession, challenging, pressuring. Moritz does a great job picking up a bouncing attempt. There were 2 Huskies on their own challenging on the attack. Moritz wisely read that one. As Shooten looks to keep, Allman works it down the left sideline of Huskies territory against McKenna. McKenna does a good job of forcing her to put a pass into Devine, but it's a great pass. Devine ends up with it. Down in that left corner, Devine now getting double teamed and passes it to Skinner. Skinner puts one in with a lot of power, but it stays in play for a second. Dickinson does a good job of staying in front of it. Ball still in play here. And after a fight on the goal lines, the Huskies send it the other way. Great job of shutting down the attack by the Owls. As now Souza gets it up to Capico. Capico sends it back. And here's Dickinson until an interception by the Husky defender. Well, we talk about it a lot with Keene State. This midfield is great at fighting for position. Huskies do work one in here as a challenge comes in against Moritz, and luckily for her it goes wide left, but it was a good attempt there by the Huskies. That was Riley Reichel who came in with the attack. Did an impressive job beating the defenders and getting a shot off in general. Now here comes Gould and Velio working it back and forth a couple different times. Another back and forth between the two. Gould quickly picks that one up, looks for a throw-in, finds Velio, and another one out of play. They'll let Johnson throw that one in, probably looking to set up Gould, top goal scorer. Oh, and then great interception that time by Velio. Huskies are putting on some serious pressure here as the Owls try to get things out of their zone. But a good header from the Huskies keeps it in their possession. And Skinner there, the reliable defender, sends it back offensively for the Owls before the Huskies once again disrupt things. And still the ball is on the far right sideline of the Owls' territory. Rushing in on the attack is the Huskies. Great job that time, though, by the Owls. In the first few minutes here of this second half, the Huskies have shown a lot of fight offensively, surmounting a lot of pressure. As Capico gets it around center field to her teammate Shuden puts in a through ball to Bryn Dickinson. Dickinson is past the defender, but she's on the far goal lines. Can she get something in? And the attempted shot or pass, not sure what it was going to ultimately be, gets deflected by the Husky defender out of play, resulting in a corner kick here for Stolfi. Stolfi does a great job at finding her teammates where they're open to score in these corner kick situations. So this is a good opportunity for Keene to halt some of the momentum that the Huskies had been building in those first few minutes. Stolfi sends in the corner kick. And an impressive job that time by Brianna Atwood. Jumps up and takes it away from any sort of opportunity any of the forwards from Keene could have had on heading that one. It was certainly too high for any sort of actual shot attempt, so good read on the corner kick, as now rushing in is the Huskies. Huskies got it, and after a back and forth, an impressive attempt that time from Sabatino. Goes wide right. That was the perfect opportunity for the Huskies to score. Moritz was caught off guard that time as the defenders were trailing behind the Huskies. Sabatino puts one in that, fortunately for Keene, does not connect. That very well could have been the first score of the game. Here's Dickinson on the sideline. She was looking to get a pass up over to Sanders, but Huskies pressure interrupts that. Stolfi gets a throw in. And fantastic footwork there from Sabatino. Sabatino, who did have that shot that just missed a few seconds ago, continues to put on the pressure, threatening to score against the Owls. This time it's Roy. Roy with it challenged by Shuden. Shuden steals it from her. Shuden works one up, looking for Devine, that goes out of play, which will allow Southern Maine to take possession. Johnson to Gould. Shuden with a good job of intercepting that pass. Gould, the leading goal scorer of Southern Maine and the second in the LEC. And Stolfi with a throw in for the Owls. And that results in another throw-in for the Owls. Works it to Devine. Devine to Dickinson. And Dickinson and Gould get in it a bit that time, which results in a free kick for the Huskies. So when Dickinson and Gould got into it there, that forced a stop of the clock this time. And we're back with a little over 35 minutes to go in this LEC contest, still tied 0-0. But the Huskies have certainly showed some serious offensive pressure in this second half as they're continuing to mount some this time. As here comes Gould with a perfect opportunity, challenged by Souza. Souza with a great slide tackle to disrupt it. Now Gould on the goal line, works around a couple defenders. Great job from Keene shutting down the pressure as Dickinson works it down to Devine, but it's too far. It's going to be picked up by the 8 of the Huskies. Shooten intercepts that pass. Good read that time. Now challenging. Skinner sends it the other way. But Sargent rushes in. Lets Atwood pick it up and get something regrouped for her team until it's out of possession. They'll let Skinner throw this one in. Another physical play that time. A number of guests in the stands here questioning the whistle on that play. And here comes Dickinson doing a great job of deflecting the pass attempt. Gets it into Devine. Devine now wisely working it over to Dickinson. And finally, a great read by Madison Johnson sends it out of play, shutting down a great attempt that was built that time by Bryn Dickinson and Devine. As Atwood now lines up for her goal kick. Great positioning there from Capico, sends it high into the air. Capico again doing her best to redirect things. But here comes Gould. Gould looking to get past Mullen. She does get a through ball, but Skinner intercepts it. Good read that time from Skinner. And after a rebound, unlucky for the Owls, the Huskies maintain possession in their side of the field, trying to get it back. Whistle finally blown. Free kick. Skinner sends it wide into Dickinson, past Dickinson. Picked up by Roy. Oh, that's not Roy, excuse me, that is Johnson. Sargent works it over to her teammate. And after a solid through ball in the far right sideline of the Owls territory, a great pass attempt successful. Time until Capico wisely intercepts that one just with her leg. Moritz has to rush in. Gould is there. An incredible diving save by Moritz. Top goal scorer. Gould was right in front to get the rebound, but before she could make an attempt, as Gatchell now has it. Gatchell gets it down to the right sideline. Another one of these attempts building on that far right sideline as Allman and Skinner are defending. Works it into Stolfi. Stolfi, right place, right time. Now Souza helps work it away, but picking up that rebound. Moritz with a standard save that time. Great job. That was Huntress with the shot attempt there. Stolfi directs it away from Gould, just who they want to get the ball away from, as shooting comes up with no whistle after some contact. This time, contact is drawn and whistle is blown. Free kick here. They'll let Skinner set it up, it looks like. Now here comes Skinner's attempt. It's in, and it's headed away. Great read that time by the Huskies, but Dickinson out of the goal lines, which will allow Atwood to have the goal kick here, as we have two substitutions for Keene. Both Jocelyn Tyler and Emily O'Connell will be coming in for Capico and Devine, respectively. Gould with a great couple of passes this time, works it down the sideline. The senior is the top scoring goal scorer for her team. Great job by Mullen to redirect things. Unfortunately, Dickinson's pass attempt there ends up right into the defender of Southern Maine. We've now played over 15 minutes in the second half now, and we're still at a tie score here. But there's a difference on the scoreboard in the fact that there's 4 shots on goal so far generated for Southern Maine, whereas Keene just 1. Still, though, it feels like a pretty even game overall. After Johnson's attempt gets intercepted by Souza, they send it the other way. It's another one of these fights at the center field area that we see so often. And that time, it's Mullen redirecting things. That's going to be one of those aspects of the team that Moritz must have confidence in, is her defense to shut down these sort of attacks, as Mullen again is the one to help her out. That's 2 different opportunities where if Mullen's not there, it's possible that Moritz has to make a save attempt. And I'm sure as a goalie she loves doing that and all, but it's always nicer when your defense has that insurance blanket for you. As a corner kick gets wound up here from Riley Reichel. Reichel sends it in just where she needs to. After a header misdirected, Skinner's there to send it out of play. Great job getting it away from the attackers of the Huskies. Moritz comes out of goal. And the Huskies, we've seen them do it a few times tonight. They like to send it back to Atwood and regroup their team. She has a great job to read the field and figure out where she sends it, as long as a Owl's not going to get there. And a through ball that time is rushing in, picked up successfully, shot on goal by Moritz. She doesn't get a full stop on it, but she deflects it. Gould now through the legs. And after yet another attempt, a couple of lucky rebounds, including a solid stop to start everything from Moritz. That was some impressive work by Moritz and the Keene State defense to keep redirecting those shots. Moritz deflected the first attempt, it bounced off, and then her defense picked her up because she wasn't able to fully shut down the play, which results in the corner kick here. Following the corner kick is all the defenders and forwards. And after a laser gets sent in, Schuden's there to redirect it. Looks like it banged her up a little bit, but she's still running. Wow. It was Sarah Lowell of the Huskies sending in an absolute laser where Schuden was able to head it away. It sounded like it cracked her entire back. Schuden, who just came off that impressive defensive play, trying to set something up offensively this time. She's been all over the ball this game. Now, after a challenge on the far right sideline, closer to the Huskies' goal, it went out of play by Dickinson. Mullen with a good job of intercepting the read. Now Tyler heads it over defender. Tyler briefly goes down. Looks like she got her on the nose there. So we're going to have a... Thought we were going to have a quick stoppage. I guess not. So after a little collision there, we are stopping the clock. So we do have a substitution for Tyler, though. It's going to be number 20, Isabella Moran. We saw Moran substitute about halfway through the first half. She did a great job on defense, so hopefully that can substitute some of the offense lost when you take Tyler off the field. Skinner gets the free kick out of it. Skinner is able to put one on goal from this position, but she's also able to set up a nice pass. And that she does. She looks for, it looks like it was heading towards Schuden before it was headed away wisely by Johnson. But still, Keene with possession. Great job by Mullen to head it away from Gould. Another attempt here. She's really trying to keep it away from Gould, which is the main objective, I guess, if you're the Owls when you have a goal scorer like her. Schuden intercepts it. Schuden looking for O'Connell, but she keeps it to herself in an isolation play and a spin move, puts the shot on. Impressive footwork that time from Schuden, who puts the shot in that's stopped by Atwood. So now we're up the Owl sideline, picked up though. There's Mullen. Now here comes Sabatino. Sabatino had that shot on goal earlier that nearly scored but was far right. I feel like that's been the story of the night for both teams. Shots that just have not been executed properly. And a laser in over the goal. Way too much on that one. Moritz jumped for it, but she didn't really have to. As we see Kendall Healy and Katie Hattie coming in, as well as for the Huskies, Erin Castagonway. As Moritz lines up for her goal kick here, set something up for her squad. Headed, though, away by McKenna. And Moritz is easily able to scoop that one up and set up for another clearance attempt for the Owls. Up to midfield where Schuden heads it away. Healy rushes in, got beat by the attacker, that's Gould. Now a couple good passes here from the Huskies results in an attack. But they're not seeing a lot of pressure until Souza finally interrupts things. Schuden tried to direct a pass over to Dickinson that winds up out of bounds. we'll see Castiganwe with the throw-in attempt, as well as a substitution here. Gould is coming out for number 4, Bridget Toland. Bit of a surprising move to see, as Gould is the top goal scorer on this team, second in the LEC. Dickinson sends it into O'Connell, where it's intercepted by the Huskies, and trying to pick it up is Sabatino. Sabatino briefly breaks through Souza, but Stolfi is able to pick her up and shut down the attack. Great work from both Souza and Stolfi. Those two are constantly being security blankets for Moritz. As things are worked over into the corner, out of the goal lines was the shot attempt, which will set up a goal kick for Moritz. Gets it over to Dickinson. Dickinson with a great job of sending it over to O'Connell before it gets disrupted. Huskies send it back to Atwood. Atwood down the right sideline looking for her attacker, that is Gatchell, but O'Connell gets in front of her and lets it sail out of play as we see another substitution for Keene. This time it's going to be Claire Halligan and Riley Devine coming on for both Shuden and Moran. Moran was the substitute for Tyler, who briefly came out. Moran does great on defense. I think with an offensive player like Tyler, they're probably trying to get some offensive players like Devine in there. That's a good idea. Because Keene has shown they can hold their own defensively and in the goal. They just got to get some offense generated here. And a player like Devine mixed with a Dickinson can definitely do that. And Atwood gets it from her teammate, sends it back over to Castiganwe. Headed away by Stolfi, right back to Castiganwe. As now Mullen picks it up on her side of the field, sends it out of play, and Huskies with a throw-in. Souza, good job to read the pass there. Devine as well, reading it. Couple of great defensive reads by this Keene team, as Kendall Healy sends it all the way to the other side, and it stays in play. Unfortunately, the Huskies get down there first, and Brianna Atwood sends it back to her teammate, Castiganwe. Some good ball movement here from the Huskies as they work it in to goal-scoring territory. But once again, the double team of Souza and Stolfi shuts down the attack. Both of those players do great jobs at preventing even shots on goal. Still a tie game here, 0-0. Under 20 to go. This one sails in and off the top goal post. Moritz had a great read on it, just thankfully the goal post was there. Another shot comes into Moritz and she picks up that one. Well, after a laser that went off the crossbar, a relatively standard stop ends up in Moritz's hands. Moritz rushes out of goal. Moritz briefly stops it, doesn't get a Well, after a impressive charge there from the Huskies, they are going to have a free kick not too far out from goal-scoring territory. This very well could set up a shot attempt, if not a really good pass here for the Huskies. And a great job from the wall of the Owls to block that shot. And we've got a couple of substitutions here, 3 of them actually, for the Huskies. We've got Eliza Roy, Fratello Smith, and then for the Owls. And then for Keene, it was Kinsey Donegan. So let's see if any sort of these substitutions make a difference for either squad. Bit of a bigger substitution for the Huskies with those 3 players coming in, just the 1 for Keene State. As the Huskies maintain possession in the Owls side of the field. After a couple of great pass attempts, finally gets broken up briefly by Souza and Skinner. Whether it's Souza and Stolfi or Souza and Skinner, Stolfi and Skinner, those kind of combinations on defense make it really hard to get past. And a skirmish down the sideline, trying to figure out who's got possession, results in the Huskies getting a nice set of through passes in. Finally, Stolfi's able to send one high into the air where Skinner can head it, but it still doesn't get too far out of the zone. Setting up a great shot attempt here. That was Hill. Moritz read it perfectly. She just picked it up. Couple of headers between Devine and Halligan results in another one of these jockey for positions where finally Devine has possession. She breaks past the defender. She's got a couple people she could pass to before it gets broken up. Good defensive play there from the Huskies to shut down a top goal scorer on Keene and Riley Devine. And Stolfi does a great job using her body to not let the Husky forward get to the ball there. And we're seeing Gould back in the game. But for the Huskies, Gould is back on, so that'll be something to keep an eye on. And the Keene State crowd not happy with that call. Healy's there. They've got Amalfitano, who just subbed in, doing the throw-in this time. She tries to get it down to Shuden, who also just subbed in again. Off of Shuden. Huskies ball. Souza getting challenged by McKenna. McKenna puts in a pass attempt to Gould. Great job by Stolfi to not let Gould get a hold of that. Great job there by Stolfi as she continues to just disrupt every pass attempt in front of the goal. Now Healy comes in for the insurance to help her teammate out. Shooting, great job, staying on her feet, gets tripped up, draws the free kick after that penalty. So on the Owls side of the field, that sets up a free kick. That's lasered in, dead center for Shuden. Shuden gets a read on it, and with just a little too much of a bounce, Shuden's attempt goes high over the goal post. Atwood would have had virtually no shot at stopping it if it was just a little lower. We remain tied here in this LEC contest with just over 10 minutes to go, 12 that is. They're going to let McKenna take the free kick. McKenna's free kick gets headed away by Amalfitano out of play, but it will result in possession for the Huskies as they have a couple substitutions coming on. Sorry about that. There were 3 different substitutions, and they got in to play real quick there. I wasn't able to pick up all 3. As now a free kick is going to be elected to Maya Sargent. Sargent gets ready to put one in here. You can see Souza and Stolfi communicating on where they want to line up, figuring out what they're going to do on this one. Great job by Stolfi to head it away. They had the right idea. Healy there picks her up though. Great job by Healy. She takes it up the field. Finds Hattie. Hattie gets one in. Great job using the body. That time was Hill of the Huskies. Gets it to McKenna. Down the far right sideline now is Reichel. Reichel challenged by the best defender we have in Skinner. Skinner shuts her down. Keeps it in play. Now here comes Castiganwe. Gould in a one-on-one situation here. Hattie feels the pressure. She's going to go help out her teammate, but she gets one to McKenna. McKenna breaks Souza's legs as they both trip. A fight at center field ensues now. Huskies, a couple of back and forths. Puts one in. She was looking for McKenna. Skinner was there to intercept it. And things got very dicey there for Keene State. At first it looked like a casual read from Moritz before one of the Husky forwards was able to redirect things. Gould puts one in, and Moritz comes out and puts on a great stop. Healy and McKenna going at it now. A bit of an offensive-defensive mismatch there. Healy does a great job of shutting down even the most elite of forwards. That's something that Keene has a lot of, is defensive prowess. And after a couple of physical plays, no whistles called, everything clean. Redirected that time was Roy. Roy gets it to Reichel. Sends one in, and with a diving stop, Moritz was able to read it perfectly, as she continues to do tonight. That's going to be her 9th save. Here comes Atwood now. Challenged quickly by Shooten, but she was able to get the pass off. Down the far right sideline again is Reichel, challenged again by Skinner, and it's going to be a goal kick for Moritz as Skinner once again successfully challenges Reichel down that sideline. Couple of substitutions, including number 12, Kathleen Mullen, coming in. Healy and Souza. Healy now again showing her defensive awareness, getting it up to Shootin. Shootin challenged, shut down though by Sargent. Sargent brings it back to her goalkeeper, Atwood. Atwood can send it to her teammate. Reichel now down the far right sideline. Good footwork there from the Husky forward. And a couple of great passes here, just getting them open. And that sets up Gould by herself, getting challenged now by Sanders. Gould still by herself. Finally, pressure comes in. Puts on a through ball where Sonia Moritz does a great job getting her 10th save of the night. And now here comes a shot again. Moritz able, pretty standard shot that time. Now here comes Shootin trying to interrupt the redirect. Challenging greatly against Sargent. Shootin against Sargent. Sargent sends it back to Atwood, feeling the pressure mounting. But the Huskies ultimately did a great job of shutting the pressure down. Now with a good look, headed away by Sanders. Fantastic read by Sanders. That could have very well been a through ball that led to a dangerous attempt. And once again, Sanders. This one is a cannon that no one was able to get to except for Moritz. Comes out of goal. We've got 5 minutes left here in this LEC contest. It remains 0-0. It's been a feeling out process all game. This very well could come down to one clutch shot, and someone with that kind of clutch ability is Gould before it travels out of play. And we do have some substitutions here for Keene State, including Souza and Dickinson. One a offensive weapon, the other a defensive weapon, so that should balance things out pretty well for Keene. Let's see if those fresh bodies can add some life to the Owls. Reichel rushes down the sideline, and it's another one of these Reichel versus Skinner battles. This time, Dickinson's able to back up Skinner. It remains possession for the Huskies. But even avoiding a turnover against Skinner and Dickinson as a tandem is impressive work by Reichel. Healy now gets an attempt to send one up to Shootin. Shootin in a one-on-one situation gets it batted away, but to pick it up though, he's going to be O'Connell. O'Connell tries to challenge. And that might get towards Gould. Stolfi wisely using her body to kind of interrupt her from getting a perfect reception. And now here comes a shot in that's going to have, once again, one of those shots with too much power. The execution for both teams just hasn't been there today. Shots have been, especially for the Huskies. And Sargent just redirects it back to Atwood that time, as we've seen quite a few times tonight. Atwood does a great job of reading the field and setting up players like her top goal scorer Gould here. Gould challenged by Stolfi, and I think they're calling that on Stolfi. A little too aggressive that time. No, I guess it was against Gould. Works out for Keene. Works out for Keene. As Stolfi sets up the free kick. Stolfi lasers one in that gets headed away by McKenna. McKenna goes down. It was an impressive redirect. Slow to get up, but she's back on her feet jogging. She's fine. Good to see. Shooting gets juked out a little that time. Now with it is Lowell. Lowell gets one in, looking for Gould. Gould does get past Stolfi this time. And off the goalpost and out. Multiple times in the late second half, we've seen Stolfi guarding Gould, and this time Gould does break past Stolfi, but it goes off the far right post. Out of play. And that got real dicey for the Owls, as there's just over 60 seconds to play in this tied LEC contest.
1 minute remaining in regulation.
This one comes back to Atwood here. Down the sideline here is Rachel. Gets past a couple defenders with some great shots. Moritz takes one. Great job from Moritz there. As we've got just 10 seconds left here to go.
10, 9, 8,
last opportunity
7,
for either team.
6.
Winds down here, shooting rushes in. Gets overhead, Sargent heads it away. Can she get a shot off? Shooting, tries to shoot one in off the side, but it's going to end in a tie today. Southern Maine Huskies 0, Keene State Owls 0. It's going to be a tie in the Little East Conference, and we will be back with interviews on the Owls Media Network after this.
Number 32, Kyle Hornsby. Inside the 30, touchdown. Michaela burns it.
An incredible finish by Hall. The NCAA and its member schools offer nearly 500,000 college athletes a path to go pro in something other than sports. Learn more at ncaa.org.
The thing about my sport I enjoy the most is honestly probably the friendships you make, and also just I've been playing that sport for my whole life, so just being able to do that as at the college level is pretty exciting. Favorite thing to watch on Netflix? Probably New Girl. It's a pretty good show. A professional athlete I admire in my sport most? I'd probably say Alex Morgan, just because I've always grown up watching her. She's just very good. One thing my coach always says at practice is, honestly, Sarah probably focuses most on hard work and intensity, so just always making sure everyone's working their hardest. My favorite app on my phone is, I'd probably have to say Just Instagram maybe, like just social media. Is a hot dog a sandwich? I don't think so. I feel like, yeah, I don't. My craziest teammate is, I'd probably have to say Rachel. She's pretty funny, brings a lot of humor to the team. Favorite sport to play other than mine? I mean, I grew up playing basketball, so I'd probably say basketball. What is the best meal you've had at the Dining Commons? I like stir fry a lot, so whenever the stir fry station's open, that's pretty good. My dream job is, honestly, probably an interior designer. I've always been into design, so yeah.
I pledge.
I am an NCAA student athlete.
And I pledge to be a champion of unity
on my team, on my campus, and in my community.
I pledge to embrace differences and strive for inclusion and collaboration.
I pledge to stand against racism, hate, and discrimination.
I pledge to strive for love, care, and forgiveness.
I pledge to stand against silence, deceit, and obscurity.
I pledge to strive for dialogue, truth, and understanding.
I pledge to stand against fear and doubt.
I pledge to strive for trust and belief in one another.
I pledge to stand against complacency and stagnancy.
I pledge to strive for change and growth.
I commit to supporting my fellow student athletes in all circumstances that impact them.
I commit to both choosing unity personally and encouraging it for all.
I pledge these things because we are stronger together.
United as one.
A single thread is unique. Like each of us, full of purpose and potential. A strand designed to connect, strengthen, and unite. But we face different challenges and have different opportunities. By acknowledging that others may struggle in ways we do not, we can celebrate our differences, embrace each other, and fortify the ties among us. A single thread can fray, yet when it's woven with another, a bond forms. A new strength created by the fabric of the whole. Let's embrace the fabric we make together, the diversity of our threads, to reach beyond ourselves and overcome the impossible. The true power of our game comes from unifying our individual backgrounds, connecting our unique stories, enabling us to be stronger, braver, greater. We can achieve so much more when we are all as one.
What a season! The confetti is going to fall.
There she goes, and she's got it! How sweet is this, and how wonderful for the sport.
I remember writing in the second grade that I wanted to be a teacher, and I always knew that I was going to be a teacher. I started school a year early, and it created challenges for me because I wasn't able to pick up material as fast as the other students. Outside of school, my Jaju would quiz me on my math facts and read with me. It showed me that even though I had challenges in school, there were still people who wanted to help me. In high school, I knew I had to work harder than everyone else to get the same results, but I had teachers that would help me in subject areas outside of their own because they could relate to how I felt. The way these interactions with my Jaju and my teachers made me feel while I was learning is the inspiration for how I'd like my students to feel. I'm able to build relationships and be vulnerable with my students when they're struggling because I've been in their shoes and I know exactly how they feel. Being able to relate to them from my own experience has become a massive asset in becoming a teacher.
Being a part of the different activities and organizations that I've been a part of, I'm actually able to see myself where I'm like, hey, I actually can make a change. I'm one person that can make a difference.
Division III has helped me to develop teamwork skills, critical thinking skills, time management skills.
It's not just about basketball or it's not just about school. It's about developing yourself as a person altogether.
To them, the whole world looks like an opportunity, one to be seized, built upon, and made better for their sport and the people around it. To student athletes, every opportunity is a chance to change what could be and show the world what opportunity can do.
All right, pay attention. Welcome to Fandom 101. We'll cover the tools of the trade from foam fingers in the wave to the super secret wave. How's that for a course description? Lesson 1, your game starts long before the opening whistle, so arrive prepared. 2, if something piques your interest, raise your hand. And 3, work in groups. NCAA championships, attendance is encouraged, passion is mandatory. Get your seats today at ncaa.com/tickets. Class dismissed.
Number 32, Kyle Hornsby.
Inside the 30. Touchdown. Michaela Burgess. An incredible finish by Hall.
The NCAA and its member schools offer nearly 500,000 college athletes a path to go pro in something other than sports. Learn more at ncaa.org.
All right, back on the Owls Media Network, we are joined with the Keene State goalkeeper, Sonia Moritz. Another shutout, 5 on the season. What were your emotions like going through this game? There were a lot of dicey moments for you as a goalkeeper out there, and you continued to stand tall.
A lot of the moments were mostly just like when it was an almost goal or it could have been something. I had like a little heart attack, but then afterwards I was like, well, nothing happened. Let's just play on.
And I think it's, besides some moments where you clearly bailed the team out, the defense continues to do a great job being a bit of a security blanket for you. What can you say about them how they've helped you shut down goals this season?
I mean, they've helped me tremendously. They block shots, they run so much, and I would not have 5 shutouts without them. And they're just amazing. They put their body on the line just like I do.
All right, and lastly, what are you looking forward to as the playoffs near?
Just playing with my team and really trying to win as many games as possible.
All right, well, thank you so much, Sonia. Another shutout and a great tie here in the LEC against a really tough opponent that is Southern Maine. Thanks for joining us.
All right, pay attention. Welcome to Fandom 101. We'll cover the tools of the trade from foam fingers in the wave to the super secret wave. How's that for a course description? Lesson 1, your game starts long before the opening whistle, so arrive prepared. 2, if something piques your interest, raise your hand. And 3, work in groups. NCAA championships. Attendance is encouraged. Passion is mandatory. Get your seats today at ncaa.com/tickets. Class dismissed.
All right, back once again on the Owls Media Network, this time with Coach Testo. Coach, it was a tie, and you guys have yet to drop any games in the LEC, no losses. Tough opponent today in Southern Maine. How did you feel about the outcome overall?
I thought we played really hard. I think, Sonia made some great saves for us to keep us in the game. I think just getting them to believe that they can compete with anybody in the conference, and I think that they've proven that so far, and our defense was just spectacular today. So they just keeping the ball in the back of the net. We got 4 ties in the conference, so they played.
Providing a bit of a security blanket for her. What can you say about your defensive players and how they've just continued to dominate this season?
Yeah, the back line, they pride themselves on that, though. Got on the field.
Physical, and just like you said, they play their hearts out. It's great to watch. Tomorrow is senior day against Husson. I think this is one of the first games I've called this season where the next game isn't an LEC opponent. Is there any sort of sense of relief going into that game after some really solid results over the last full month?
I just think, it's, every game you want to win. Obviously you're just recognizing our seniors and God, everything they've gone through, those 5 girls, and just making sure that it's their day.
Yeah, they've been awesome all season. Thanks for joining us, Coach. And congrats on staying undefeated in the LEC.
Thanks.
And for the last time today on the Owls Media Network, today's contest ends in a tie 0-0 between the Keene State Owls and the Huskies of Southern Maine. The Owls take on Husson University tomorrow at 1 p.m. where it's senior day for the women, so tune in a little earlier than normal for that coverage. For all the latest on Keene State athletics, visit KeeneOwls.com and have a great rest of your day.
You have been watching a Keene State Athletics broadcast on the Owls Media Network. Please tune in to our next broadcast and thank you for watching.